It's a great way for adults and seniors to relax poolside. Don't let the heat keep you and your family from diving into fun this summer. Visit hcparkandrec.com for details, and see you at the pool.
See local first responders, firefighters, medics, and police at the White Township Emergency Services Expo, Saturday, June 29th. Indiana and Creekside Fire Companies will show rescue equipment and fire prevention tips. The 911 Center and utility companies will have demonstrations too. Bring the family, meet the heroes, and qualify to win a Sheetz gift card. The Emergency Services Expo, sponsored by Rosebud Mining and White Township, 10 till 2, June 29th at the Recreation Complex.
It's the voice of Indiana County. It's WCCS 101.1 FM, AM 1160, WCCSradio.com. They are going at it already. It's the Denise and Dave show for Blairsville Borough here this morning, and it's always an extravaganza. Our conversation with Denise Doyle and Dave Janusek, brought to you by Marcus and Mack, voted Best Personal Injury Law Firm, the Best of Indiana County contest. Marcus and Mack, a law firm representing injured people, his 3x5 cards all lined up.
Correct. We are actually looking to change the name of the show to Denise, Dave, and this guy from WCCS.
Nix on that.
Thought we'd run it by you. Sorry, we didn't. Sorry, you didn't get the memo.
I don't want to be associated with the two of you.
You're a very smart man. But nonetheless, we do appreciate you having us on every month, as you do, to talk about the wonderful things going on in Blairsville. I'm going to talk about a couple of the bigger things, and then we'll, Denise is still here and awake. We'll let her go from there. So,
the dregs. Yeah, thanks.
So a couple of things. Our music series started. We have Guest House Annie this Saturday, but then we have Part-Time Cowboys on the 6th. The 13th of July is Peace Sign Bands. The 20th is Juke House Bombers. And the 27th is Three Good Reasons. I bring these up because each of those bands bring in about 200 people each week. We are, we've been playing with our vendor mart, moving dates, moving times. We are now doing our vendor mart during from 5 to 7:30. So the bands go 5:30 to 7:30. We're asking if anybody wants to come down and sell any of their wares. It's $10. When I say any wares, it can be crafts, it can be food. Food trucks are $20 for a 10 by 10 or a 20 by 20, and a regular vendor is 10 by 10. But let's say that, again, I mentioned this before, let's say you had a bunch of stuff in your garage that you wanted to sell. We'll give you a 10 by 10 spot. We're guaranteeing you at least see about 200 people there. So I did want to make sure I got that. I wanted to talk about that. A couple of other larger things that I want to talk about is the park at Stewart and Market. If you haven't been down at Stewart and Market lately, they're rolling along in the heat, in the rain, in all weather. The cedar pergolas are up. The cedar pergolas, which is, I don't know.
It's for shade.
They're shade. Yeah, they're for shade.
What didn't you know, Dave?
Where the name pergola comes from, but I was cut off. I don't know if that's French for or Italian for
Little Smoking Hut.
Little Smoking Hut. There you go. Little Smoko Hutto. But the bricks are arriving. They're there. The tables, the benches. Still plenty of time if you wanted to get a name on a brick, wanted to get a name on a table, or on a bench. I think the benches are all sold out. I think last one was sold last week. The other thing is still raising money for that fountain. When that fountain goes in, interestingly enough, it will be the only public fountain in Indiana County.
Really?
Really, absolutely. Public fountain, that is. So only public fountain in Indiana County. So you definitely want to be part of that. You can go to www.murphylotproject.org or Gmail, murphylotproject@gmail.com, and I'll give you a number, 724-459-8588. It's really neat because that's, want to shout out to all the volunteers that are working on that, but also, Josh Krug and those guys got involved to make it happen. One other last kind of larger thing. So, we talked a lot about the otters of Blairsville.
Yes. Well, you did.
Well, I did. Okay. I'm going to talk some more about those otters of Blairsville. So there are 9 either being placed or in the process of being placed throughout Blairsville. One thing I do want to kind of throw a little teaser out there is that we're working on kind of the Blairsville Sculpture Project, and the otters of Blairsville have come together, and we have commissioned an otter statue to be placed between the gazebo and the high water mark. We're talking like a 5 foot by 4 foot otter, realistic otter. This guy's going to be
about the size of you.
He's going to be like a man-sized otter, but he'll give an opportunity to come down. learn a little bit more about the Conemaugh River, the Lenape Indians. Friends of Blairsville Communities is partially funding that, and there's some private funding, so no money is coming out of the taxes. So that's going on. One last thing I do want to talk about. I know last night, this is it, last thing. I know last night our firemen were out scrambling during that storm. But you know what? On July 13th, they'll be scrambling again.
Yeah, he gave himself that lead in.
Yeah, there you go. Scrambling again at Tom's Run, the 6th annual golf outing, 4-man scramble, Saturday, July 13th, 8:30 start, 7:30 registration. Get a steak dinner. It'll cost you $100 a golfer or $400 for a foursome. 724-989-6618. Still plenty of time to get in there and swing the sticks.
I thought you were going to say they're making eggs, but that's not.
They're
the
not
time to
scrambling eggs. They're
scramble.
making fish, I think. I think
It's
Scott Gill is going to be making fish.
It's a golf scramble.
Scramble
There you
Yeah.
go.
with steak.
There you
Exactly.
go. Chasing the little white ball.
That's
Beautiful. Beautiful. Nicely done,
There you
David.
go. Those are the biggies.
Now for what's really important. Here's Denise.
Hey, thank you. So we've got the Blairsville Library Story Times kicked off for July. So that runs every Wednesday from 10:30 a.m. And that runs through July 31st at the Blairsville Library, 113 North Walnut Street. They're also doing a Summer Quest, which is a reading program. And there are a couple of programs that they have going on. Those are at 5:30 p.m. The first is on July 16th. That's Lisa Meadows, and she's doing Who's Fur, Fin, or Feathers?
Say that again.
Fur, Fin, or Feathers?
Okay, I got you.
For foo. I don't know alliteration. And then July 30th, Adventures in the Dark. So those are at the Blairsville Library, free of charge. Also, we have some real important updates to the rec center. So, of course, you can go to the rec center for pickleball Mondays from 9 a.m. to 11, Wednesdays from 6 to 8, or volleyball on Mondays and Tuesdays, 7 to 9:15. Now, there's a small cost for that of $4, but there are some great new additions. So, thanks to IUP and the Center for Rural Studies, and Evergreen After School Club, got to plug those guys.
Yes, you do.
We obtained a grant. So as a partner with IUP, we were able to fund 2 regulation size horseshoe pits that have gone into the rec center. In addition, we have 2 bocce sets, and the rec center has outlined bocce courts for us. And then we have 2 indoor-outdoor chess sets and chess tables. So those are going to be available for public use. Wow. You know, come in, get the supplies. So it's great. And very soon will be an outdoor ping pong table. So a lot of really cool additions to the rec center. If you go in, you know, they've remodeled, really, really great looking.
Just wanted to add
David wants to add
just
something.
wanted to add one thing about the horseshoes. You know, if you're out there and you're interested in starting a horseshoe league in Blairsville,
Yes.
we'd be happy to set up a horseshoe league. I'm going to give a number, 412-638-2335. Call me. I don't know a whole lot about horseshoe leagues, so I'm looking for somebody else to kind of jump up and say, hey, we've got the pits. Let's do it. So I just wanted to throw that in there.
Thanks, Dave.
Yep. Hey, no problem.
And lastly, Blairsville Underground Railroad History Center, 214 Southeast Lane, would like to announce that we have a new exhibit. So we've added some exhibits in our lower level. We have a Henry Box Brown exhibit. So come to the museum. You can see a replica of the box that Henry Box Brown used to mail himself to freedom from Virginia to Philadelphia and the Anti-Slavery Society. So we have that there, thanks to a student from the Bell Vernon School District who used it in the National History Day competition, and she gave it to us for our new exhibit.
Wow, what a nice thing to
Yeah,
do.
so we have some information, some exhibits, new exhibit on William Still, on the crafts, on Henry Box Brown, and then on the incident that happened in Christiana, the Christiana riots in Lancaster County. So new things to see at the Underground Railroad. We are open on Mondays and Wednesdays from 5 to 8, and Saturdays 9 a.m. to noon, or by appointment 724-343-1014. And that's what I got.
Very nicely done by you. So that's
Thank you.
two of you who have done very, very nicely. It is the voice of Indiana County, WCCS. By the way, Dave, pergolas are shade structures.
As
What's
I had indicated.
the origin of the word, though, Mr. Marino?
The origin of the word? I don't know. I'm sure the universal source of knowledge to my right could fill that information in, but
I think it's from the Lenape place where otters rest.
You know who knows is Alexa.
Yes.
Alexa probably knows. All right. I thought maybe you were looking up to see if Denise, Dave, and the guy from WCCS name was already taken.
Mid 17th century from the Italian, from the Latin pergola, projecting roof.
All right.
Go.
Well, we've got two in Blairsville now to come and grab some shade and
Exactly.
Yeah.
2 projecting roofs.
grab a cup of coffee.
They're actually very nice because of the way the slats are that
Yeah, they're
allows
very,
the
yes.
allows the light to come through and at the same time provide shade. Pergolas are very, very nice additions.
Absolutely.
They're very stylish too.
They are. They're in a little bit more style to downtown Blairsville.
Yeah. So there you go.
We don't have enough already.
All
see
of
us.
those things. It is the voice of Indiana County, WCCS. Is that it for Blairsville
You know
today?
what? Let me just say one thing. I
One other
forgot.
thing?
No, I was remiss with the vendor mart. Let me throw out some numbers of contact: 724-343-1284 or fobcmail@gmail.com. Somebody's going to complain. You know, he yacked on and didn't tell us
Well, we don't want any
the who, what,
complaints.
when, and where.
We don't want any of those things to happen. Very good.
Prevented that, I hope.
Enjoy the concert this weekend.
Yeah, thanks.
It's the
Thank
voice
you.
of Indiana County. It's WCCS 101.1 FM, AM 1160, and WCCSradio.com. We're 3 minutes away from 8 o'clock, and Fox News coming your way then. And then it's Josh from the WCCS newsroom. The folks from White Township are putting on that Emergency Services Expo this weekend, and each Thursday of this month at 8:10. We've been talking with them about it. We'll do it one more time. Coming up next, it's Indiana in the Morning.
Wow! Quick, Ken, we're getting higher and higher!
Almost as high as the closing fees on those mortgages we sold last month.
And we keep getting higher!
I know! Our closing costs